Hey, it's Bilal, and this is Deep Sea, the podcast about seeing the world more deeply.
You've come a long way, but you're not as strong as you think. This war is just the beginning.
I'm not gonna fight your war. I'm gonna end it.
I recently watched Captain Marvel, which introduces the final new superhero before we get the last Avengers movie, Endgame, in late April. It's great entertainment, but also continues the metaphysical or God theme that's been running throughout the Avengers movies, especially around the idea of the Infinity Stones and the villain Thanos. As a reminder, Thanos, the purple villain from Avengers Infinity War, captured all 6 Infinity Stones, which gave him godlike powers. Thanos actually translates to immortal from Greek, so the association with God is not subtle. The 6 stones were described originally by the Collector in the Guardians of the Galaxy as follows.
Before creation itself, there were 6 singularities. Then the universe exploded into existence, and the remnants of these systems were forged into concentrated ingots. Infinity Stones. These stones...
So like all religions and myths, we get a creation story. As for a description of these 6 Infinity Stones, Doctor Strange and his associate Wong describe them in Avengers Infinity War.
These Infinity Stones each control an essential aspect of existence.
Space, reality, power, soul, mind, and time.
I should add that the Soul Stone was the one which Thanos had to kill Gamora, his daughter, for, and he used this power when he snapped his fingers to wipe out half the universe at the end of the Infinity War movie. In this cosmology, then, the ability to control space, mind, subjective reality, time, power, and souls are attributes of total power. If this sounds familiar, it should, as it's very similar to the conception of God in the Abrahamic religions of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. We mustn't forget that the creators of many of these comic superheroes, like Stan Lee, were Jewish. In these religions, God is believed to be omnipresent, so is in all places at all times, which echoes a space stone. Omniscient, so knows all things in the past, present, and future, which echoes the mind and time stones. Omnipotent, so can do anything, which echoes the power and reality stones. God is also the creator of all things, which stated in the Bible in Isaiah, I am the Lord, and there is none else. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I am the Lord of all these things. This echoes the Soul Stone. God is eternal as well, so transcends time. He has no beginning nor end. This echoes the Time Stone and the Soul Stone. Therefore, many of the primary attributes of God, as described in the Abrahamic religions, clearly overlap with the 6 Infinity Stones. However, there is one big difference. The overarching nature of the Abrahamic God is that God is one. There are no other gods, there is no multiplicity, and there is nothing comparable. So while Thanos and other superheroes have godlike powers, they cannot be God. The better analogy will be to Greek mythology, where there are competing gods like Zeus, Poseidon, and Ares. Or they could be analogous to Norse mythology. In fact, the Marvel Thor movies are directly inspired by the Norse gods, as we have Odin in Norse mythology, who's the king of all Norse gods, who also features in Thor movies, and of course we have Thor himself, who's the son of Odin, and is the god of sky and thunder. These traditions probably better mirror the beliefs of our current times, since today everything is about grounding and humanizing any forces and powers within the world, and individuals believing they have the ability to harness them to succeed. Captain Marvel continues this idea. We have a person who is on a journey of self-discovery and obtains superpowers, as the trailer lays out.
Your life began the day it nearly ended. We found you. With no memory, we made you one of us. So you could live longer, stronger, superior. You were reborn.
Now, I'm about to give a spoiler away here, but in the movie, we learn that Carol Danvers gets exposed to the Space Infinity Stone. Its powers run through her veins to allow her to become Captain Marvel. It also makes her the most powerful Avenger. The fact that Captain Marvel is a woman rather than a man also reflects the beliefs of our time as well. The missing parts of the Marvel cosmology are details around resurrection and the afterlife. These ideas will no doubt fall into place in the aptly named Avengers Endgame, out on April 26th. So when you watch that or any other Avengers movie, you can now watch them as a commentary on the metaphysical beliefs of our times. And that's not something you hear every day when talking about comic superheroes. You can get more details in the show notes, which can be found on my blog, bilalhafiz.com. Please tell a friend about the podcast, leave a rating on iTunes, Stitcher, and Spotify, or wherever you go for your podcast. You can follow me on Twitter. My handle is @bilalhafiz123 on Facebook, or you can follow me on my blog. I'll be back soon, so tune in then.